Thank you for joining me on this channel where we may be dazed, but we are not confused. We are going to be doing an awkward elevator silence epiphany reading. So in these readings, we are going to visualize a person or individual that you would be in an elevator with, having a moment of maybe awkward silence. And then we're going to take a look at the types of clarity or epiphanies that you might receive in that moment about that person, and maybe what they may be realizing about you as well. So in each reading, you will have the opportunity to pick the elevator going up or the elevator going down. If you like, you can watch both. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, or any other types of houses or planets that you would be interested in seeing if it resonates for you. All right, let's get started. Leo, if you chose the elevator going up, the epiphany that you're having about the person with whom you may be experiencing this awkward elevator silence is that this person may be in a space of looking back at time, money, and energy that they invested into a situation that ultimately impacted their future. I feel like they feel as if they may have gotten like a bad spin on the wheel of fortune, and they were expecting to get a lot from whatever it was that they invested. I'm just seeing, people standing around the wheel saying, big money, big money, big money. And then it's like bankrupt, or you lose everything that you had, and you may have had something to lose at that point. But I feel like you're seeing this person as kind of being in a place of retrospect in regards to that and what they got out of what they've invested, because they were putting more into situations, or maybe this was actual finances. Maybe they paid more than the value of what something was worth, and they're looking at the value of what it actually was compared to what they put in and seeing how it kind of backfired on them. This is time and energy into some type of situation. They're recognizing that they put in a lot of time and effort with the hopes that things would go in their favor, and they didn't. And I feel like you are recognizing that this person is trying to rectify that as much as they can by being resilient in the face of this. So even though they may have made a bad decision, or maybe not have exercised the best judgment in what they were going to invest in, you see this person as not allowing that to dim their light or cause them to not really believe in what it is that their soul wants. So it's kind of like they had this dream, it came to them, they were kind of, flirting with this destiny that they felt like they were going to have, and then it just eluded them. It's like the clock struck 12 and they're running away. But instead of saying, you know what, I'll never be able to find this again, there's so much out there, like I'll never be able to get this opportunity again, you're seeing this person as really getting into their masculine energy of going after what they want. Doesn't mean that this person has to be a man or identify as a man, but it's just that masculine energy of, I'm going to go for what I want, even though I lost everything that I was trying to get by investing in this thing that didn't work out for me. I'm still going to go for it and not allow that to make me feel that this isn't for me. I just need to recalibrate and figure out what I need to do to make that happen. So you're recognizing that this person, where they may have had doors that were locked and blocking them, that they now possess the key to get what it is that they were going for. I feel like you're seeing this person as going through this recalibration period that has allowed them to adjust their approach and to have some experience and knowledge about who and what is worth the time and effort, and kind of have a little bit more street smarts about it. And so because they have that mixed in with the desire to really go after this thing, you see them as being able to actually attain that. So the affirmation for this person that you would like for them to see for themselves is, I am destined. So let's read this affirmation. I will choose the destiny set before me as a light upon the hilltop. I will play my song of hope, and my soul will sing. I will overcome the obstacles to reach eternity through flight. So yes, you really want this person to be able to sing their song and go for what it is that they have been working so hard to get, and to feel as if it's a part of their destiny and that they're not doing it for nothing, that they're not just going to come up short all the time. All right, so let's take a look at a possible epiphany that this person could be having of you. All right, so the person with whom you are sharing this elevator and maybe experiencing this awkward elevator silence with is recognizing that you are coming out of a phase of maybe putting in some type of effort for something, but things not working out the way that you wanted them to, and kind of mourning how it panned out. And in being in that energy, you're not quite able to look around and see what you have left because you are maybe somewhat shocked or a little off center, because the thing that was bringing you happiness, that was bringing you a sense of joy, maybe even a sense of community, has kind of fallen apart. And not only has it fallen apart, but when you look at it deeply and you see what it was actually made of, you see that it was actually toxic. And you may not have been able to see that at the time. And it was bringing you a lot of joy. It was bringing you a lot of happiness. And so you're just kind of stunned a little bit because this panned out that way. This could even be like friendships or relationships where you don't realize how toxic the people are or how toxic you may be to them. You think that it's okay. The dynamic is because it feels good in the moment, but then later you recognize, oh wow, this was nothing like what I thought, and I wasn't able to see that until the stuff fell apart. But again, this person is also seeing you as being someone that still has people that are supportive of you, people who are coming at you in a healthy, balanced way, but you are still kind of shocked that you weren't able to see this other thing. So because of that, this person is recognizing you as also coming into a space of trying to gain some wisdom and strength from that experience, and kind of building up your courage to be able to discern and then act upon this type of, intel that you come into the first time, because there may have been signs that things would go this way, but because you are very much kind of like in a Three of Cups energy with the individuals or the environment, you just weren't able to see that it was tainted. And so now, because of this situation, it's got you wanting to exercise greater discernment and have the strength and wisdom to know how to walk away from or not engage in certain things. So I also feel like this person sees you as taking the situation kind of at face value, and now deciding that you don't want to go outside the box too much, because I feel like maybe whatever this was that you were into or pouring into was a little bit of outside of the norm of what other people did, or what was kind of tried and true, or in a safe, everyone else is doing it. I feel like there might have been even like this sense of rebellion of wanting to be different and unique. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like there might have been like this element of danger in the sense that it's not something that's quite a norm, and that you knew there might have been some potential that it would not work. But when it really fell apart and you saw just how toxic it was, that might have kind of shocked you into like a scared straight kind of situation, where now it's like, well, I'm just going to flow with the universe. I'm going to get in alignment with what my spirit wants, not just like from. So what I'm saying is like there may have even been like a very like you were kind of getting away from like your soul impulse. Like this might have even gone against some of your values. That's what I'm picking up. And you kind of were willing to do that because it was making you happy at the time. But now you're in a place where you're like, you know what? Now what I'm going to do is allow myself to come into communion with people that elevate my soul, not just on a kind of toxic, materialistic, superficial vibe. I'm going to more tune into a spirit vibe of how this person is resonating in my spirit, and if they're really making me feel as if I'm in alignment with myself as well. Like I don't have to ignore parts of myself in order to make that environment work out. And they see you also as observing now more of like the laws of the universe, like the law of karma, the law of attraction, the laws of balance, because this has, again, forced you to see that sometimes going outside of that can have consequences that are painful to you. And it's just kind of got you wanting to kind of go by the book and not try out things that other people haven't already tried out, and not go outside of what has proven itself to be of benefit to you. I'm hearing that song, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, that's coming through. So it's almost like you were chasing a waterfall and you went over the edge and you hit the bottom quite hard. And so now you're like, you know what? I'm probably going to stay away from waterfalls. I know that these still ponds or streams, if I need some moving water, it needs to be something that's more safe for me. I don't feel like this is saying that you're never going to try to go outside the box, because some of the greatest innovations and some of the greatest friendships and relationships that we will have can also be in situations where they're outside of our comfort zone. They challenge us to be better and to see things differently. But I don't feel like that's what this was, because what I have for you is the 5 of Cups. And so this is looking at something that, didn't work out, and then it was toxic on top of that. Like it was bringing you down. It was not elevating you. So the affirmation that this person would like for you to feel for yourself is brave. They want you to feel brave on the back end of this, and to not feel as if you have to be timid and afraid of life, afraid of people, afraid of relationships, afraid of putting your heart on the line, afraid of going a little bit outside of the norm or a lot outside of the norm, if that's in alignment with who you are. So I feel brave. Let's see what that has to say. Okay. It says, lifting high in the challenging waters of circumstances, I am strong, steady, and balanced. I am not alone. Elegant and flowing, I am equipped for the battles ahead. So that, yes, this person wants you to feel as if you are flowing with your nature, flowing with what your soul wants, and that you're prepared to come up against lots of different obstacles and challenges, knowing that you're in alignment with what it is that you are supposed to be experiencing, because it will ultimately elevate you. All right, so that's what I have for Leos on the elevator going up. If you'd like to, you can check out the video for the elevator going down and see if that resonates with you. If this is your last video, then I will hopefully see you in the future. If not, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye. For those who chose the elevator, for Leos going down, the epiphany that you may be having about this other person is that they have been working really, really hard, putting in a lot of effort to build something up. This could be a home, it could be some type of project that they've been working on, but whatever it is, they've put a lot of time, sweat, maybe even some tears into it, but mostly passionate action. And you're recognizing that this person is kind of taking a break. They're stepping away from it because they've put so much into it. And they've been working so hard for so long, maybe for 10 years, maybe for 10 months, 10 days. It's getting to the point where they could be experiencing a type of burnout. And the person recognizes this, they're very self-aware. And so you're realizing that the reason that they're stepping away is because they're trying to use like their logic and reason to recognize that what it is that they're trying to do cannot be built in a day. So it's like that quote that says Rome wasn't built in a day. And so whatever it is that they're building, they want it to have a lasting legacy. They want it to have some longevity to it. And in order to do that, they recognize that they have to take their time and take like more of a subtle approach to doing this and allow things to kind of pan out naturally, as opposed to just trying to rush forward and do it all at one time. Again, because this can lead to burnout. So you see this person as stepping away from it because they really are just at almost a breaking point because they're doing too much at once, maybe. So additionally, this person may have had an opportunity that was afforded to them. Maybe some other people saw what it was that they were working on and they wanted to get in on what they were doing or try to get them to help them out with something. And I feel like this person made a decision to maybe not take on this opportunity or to table it. So it could be that maybe you are aware that this person has some type of opportunity hanging in the air that they're just kind of letting sit there for a while, and that they don't have this sense of urgency or this sense of fear that they could possibly lose it by not acting quickly enough. And you're recognizing that the reason they're doing this is because they might have taken on so much that they don't want to take on more. I feel like this also could be this person's tactic of allowing the opportunity to kind of be tested by saying if it's a true opportunity, because it'll stick around for a while. You know, if it's something that's there and you have to take it right now, you don't get a chance to think about it, you don't get a chance to kind of figure out the pros and cons, then odds are that it's an opportunity that's not going to work in your favor. So I see you recognizing that this is what the person is doing. So the affirmation that you would like for this person to take on is, I will fight. I will fight. So the affirmation says, firmly, I stand with sword and shield, not backing down, but fighting for the light and for those who cannot fight for themselves. So I feel like you want this person to take a break and to be aware of what it is that they're doing and how it's impacting them. I'm also picking up, this could be even some type of like social justice or charity work or some type of thing that benefits others. And they've been putting in a lot of time and effort into it, but they're almost at like a burnout phase. I'm hearing also it could even be teaching, like that's a form of that. And a lot of times jobs like that are highly social, so important to our social fabric, but they're expected to do so much. And so, you know, I'm also picking up, this is just coming in, that, you know, it could be a teacher who is taking a break from teaching, and maybe they have lots of job opportunities to take on other roles, but they're kind of stepping away from it. And they're just allowing things to unfold naturally to see if it's going to be in alignment with what makes sense for their workload. So what you are wanting for this person to feel is to like not give up their passion, not give up that drive to work hard and want to make a change or make a difference or go for their goals. I feel like you're honoring the fact that they're taking a break, but you don't want them to lose that fire within them totally while they're on their break and decide that it's not worth it. Okay. So let's take a look at what this person could possibly be having an epiphany about concerning you. So the person that is sharing this elevator with you and maybe experiencing this awkward silence is seeing you as a person who may be cutting off your emotions and kind of hiding that more heartfelt emotional part of yourself because you've been burned in the past. And what you experienced was the recognition that not everything glitters is gold. So you may have been in this wonderful, super fantastic, or what you believed as being fantastic relationship where you were wined and dined, and it was just everything was working out in a way that really was in alignment with how you idealized it. But what you learned in that is that sometimes this shiny veneer is hiding something very rotten underneath. And so what it is that you have done to kind of protect yourself is to kind of put a lid over your heart and to kind of, hide that and tamp it down a bit, because you don't want to be in a situation that could put you at risk of being hurt because you were expecting one thing and got a very, very different thing. You don't want to be razzle-dazzled into another situation like that. And so they're recognizing that you have this element to you, but they're also seeing you as trying to do some work to face your fear that something like that could happen again by really leaning into your own intuition and relying upon spirit to help you and guide you as you either seek out or attract people who also want to go into some sort of relationship with you. And so this person sees you as kind of, visualizing and seeing these different suitors that are being presented to you, but also they see you as leaning heavily upon spirit or guides or your own guardian angels to kind of protect you from the things that you're not able to see. So therefore you wouldn't end up in a situation like you had before, where you were very much in a Queen of Cups energy, and who doesn't love a Queen of Cups? And because of that, you attracted in some things that look good on the surface, and they may have been mirroring back to you the energy that you were giving them without actually having the substance of that to back it up. So in other words, like that's not who they really were. And you weren't able to recognize that until you were already in it and invested and emotionally tied to it. And so that's where that hurt is coming from. This sense of trying to lead not with your heart, but allowing yourself to be led by spirit into certain situations to guide you, and watch your peripheral. All right. So this person, the affirmation that they have for you is, I will worship. Okay, so this reads, wings and hands are open, giving praise for all blessings in life and the fruitfulness to come. So whatever your personal spiritual beliefs are, they're hoping that you can continue to lean into that, because it's allowing you to open up your heart space and go from kind of being like a colder energy that doesn't want to reach out to people and connect with them or allow them to come into your space and to reciprocate that. They're hoping that you're leaning on your spiritual beliefs or whatever it is that's helping to ground you in that way can afford you the type of comfort and the type of guidance that you need so that you can have a chance to experience the more beautiful aspects of this Queen of Cups energy, and that you can have this positive expectation of the things that are going to come to you, with your hands and your wings. So that's you being able to fly and soar above and to kind of take yourself to new places and also receive blessings, as opposed to kind of turning your cup upside down and not allowing anything to come into it. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Leo. For those of you who picked the elevator going down, if you'd like to, you can check out the reading for those who would pick the elevator going up. If this is your last video, then I may hopefully see you in the future. If it's not, then I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.